The Mercedes-Benz GLE is a luxury crossover SUV with 5 or 7 seats. It is sold in 2 body styles, as an SUV with a more formal roofline or as one with a sloping roofline like the coupe. It is equipped with a powerful turbo 6 engine only. For 2022 there is no V8, due to the suspension of the pandemic supply chain. The base engine is a turbo 4 that produces 255 horsepower. It provides solid acceleration to go with a comfortable ride, good steering feel, and a very smooth 9-speed automatic transmission. Things get even more interesting with the turbo 6 engine, making 362 horsepower in the GLE 450 or 429 horsepower in the GLE 53 AMG, which is not only faster but also louder, with air suspension, adaptive dampers and active roll stabilization. It grips the pavement to provide sport SUV handling. The base GLE has rear-wheel drive, but all other versions have all-wheel drive. The GLE 450 mild hybrid gets the best fuel mileage in the city of 21 mpg EPA rated, 25 highway, 23 combined. The Turbo 4 in the GLE 350 delivers 19-27-20 seconds mpg with rear-wheel drive, and the same combined mpg with all-wheel drive. The GLE 53 AMG is also a mild Turbo 6 hybrid, and gets 18-22-19 mpg, or 17-21-19 mpg as the coupe. Mercedes recommends premium unleaded fuel for all of them. NHTSA gave the GLE 5 stars in each test, except for 4 stars for the roll resistance rating. An SUV as tall as the GLE had a hard time getting 5 stars in that test. IIHS calls it a top safety pick plus, as good as it gets. Every GLE has automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitors, and by 2022, high-beam adaptive LED headlights. Optional safety equipment includes adaptive cruise control with lane change capability, a surround view camera system, and a heads-up display. The GLE coupe is, for the most part, muscular and graceful, and that's swoopy where the SUV is tall enough. But both have interesting details, from various grille textures to black or AMG trim. The AMG vertical ribs on the grille harken back to its sports car heritage, as far back as the 50s and the La Carrera Panamericana race car. The shape of the GLE is refined by the curve of the fender, especially the rear, which is complemented by the jagged roof pillars. The coupe's roofline has a dramatic taper. It has come a long way from the original Mercedes SUV, the 90s M-Class. The GLE's cab manages to look a bit like the E-Class sedan, especially in the brown synthetic leather and lindenwood, but with a rectangular, not rounded theme. 2 12.3-inch screens are visible from behind a single panel, which gives users a large window into the digital world. Black fabric and dark wood are present on the GLE 350, while the upper model features bright leather and allows shoppers to choose either aluminum or wood veneer trim. The tall GLE SUV provides excellent leg and shoulder room, while the coupe limits headroom at the rear. Skip the optional third-row seats, it's too small to be useful even for some of the smaller passengers. Seat cushioning in both models in both rows is good. The rear seats in the SUV fold up to increase cargo space from 33.3 cubic feet to 74.9 cubic feet. The figures in the coupe are 27.5 cubic feet and 63.2 cubic feet. There's a good view of the outside being squeezed a bit from the rear window by the roof pillars that are scratched on the coupe. The 255 HP 2.0-liter turbo -4 in the GLE 350 is willing and able to easily pass when requested. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.0 seconds with rear-wheel drive, or in 7.1 seconds with all-wheel drive. The 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-6 engine in the GLE 450 produces 362 horsepower. It's a mild hybrid that uses a 48-volt electrical system that produces an additional 21 horsepower and an extra 184 pound-feet of torque when it needs to go smoothly with less work from the engine. It's a quiet powertrain that can propel the GLE 450 to 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds. It can also pull 7,700 pounds. The same engine in the AMG GLE 53 makes 429 horsepower, thanks to turbo boost, and reaches 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds. It could reach astronomical speeds, but was electronically limited to 130 miles per hour. The GLE's 9-speed automatic transmission feels good with a Turbo 4 or Turbo 6. It shifts with the paddle and has its own mode to change the characteristics of the shift, from relaxed to aggressive. The GLE has electronic power steering, conventional suspension with coil springs, and 19-inch wheels that do not detract from suspension comfort. Handling is quiet, but also a victim of chip supply, as Mercedes has been forced to drop its hydropneumatically active body control system, with sensors that scan the road and adjust the suspension according to the surface up front. AMG is grippy and corners flat, even on 20 or 22-inch wheels. It has a lower ride height, stiffer setup for its air springs and adaptive dampers, and active roll stabilization that counteracts body leaning. The available GLE 350 all-wheel drive transfers power from the rear wheels to the front wheels when traction is needed there. The GLE 450 and 53 AMG use an advanced system that continuously drives power sharing between the wheels for optimal traction.